Welcome back, my young friends.
We are not your friends.
But you still need my help, do you not? Otherwise you wouldn't be here, I assume.
Professor Morganach,
Isadora, please.
Well, Isadora, we were wondering if you could tell us more about the powers both you and Marion share. About their properties and growth.
Growth. Could you explain that further?
Did your ancient magic ever get so strong it got out of control?
I'd hoped we could have avoided this conversation. Tell me what happened, please.
I think there is something wrong with my magic. I can constantly feel it, as if it's alive. It started to feel unfamiliar. I can no longer control it. I'm having nightmares and fevers, and I constantly feel sick. And then it just released. I couldn't stop it or channel it. I felt better afterwards, but I nearly killed my friends. It can't happen again. Please tell me how to make it stop.
You were in her presence? When she released her powers? How are you still alive?
I managed to shield us from the magic. I could sense it. Seconds before the impact.
Now, is that so? That is truly an impressive ability. I reckon it connects to your disability, your blindness.
My wand. It's sentient and helps me navigate. I was lucky I had it on me.
Indeed you were. How does it work?
Oi, you're not asking the questions. Weren't you so adamant on being Marion's teacher? Here's your chance.
The first thing you have to understand about our powers is that they are very closely linked to our emotions. I reckon you have noticed by now. Ancient magic is sensitive to a variety of emotions. Joy, anger, worry, grief, excitement, even lust. Then you probably have understood that you can't betray these powers in you, not for long at least. You cannot deny your feelings or how your magic reacts to them. However, the way you are describing the sudden growth in your powers is concerning. I had hoped you were ready. But apparently you are not.
Ready? For what? What are you not telling us?
Well, I suppose it is time. Time to tell you the whole truth.
The truth? The truth? What is that supposed to mean, Morganach? You lied to me.
I didn't lie, Sebastian. I just kept some things to myself. Isn't that something you should be familiar with? Apologies. That was perhaps a little uncalled for. I cannot deny that I abused your trust in me a little. Fine. The inevitable truth. I have to admit that it was Sebastian's narrations about you and what you have achieved so far with your powers that have led me to going along with this plan. I had assessed you as powerful. More powerful than I was when I was your age. I had hoped you were ready for limitless power.
Limitless power?
Yes, my dear. Did you believe what you did so far was all there is to ancient magic? Did you think the other keepers went through the entire ordeal of creating the map chamber and 4 giant portraits protected by centuries-long-lasting magic to just what? Serve as your teachers? To instruct you, give you orders? Perhaps I have given you more credit than you deserve. But maybe... Well, I keep forgetting that you are only 16. My decision to send Sebastian on that mission may have been a little impetuous. Next to instructing the next young witch or wizard who would show the ability to wield ancient magic, the portraits served another purpose. Given the fact that both me and Professor Rackham showed our magic at an unusual late point in our youth, the keepers assumed that it was a pattern that applied to all wielders of ancient magic. That way, they had to assume that the new keeper they were to instruct and train would be a teenager. And given the path I had taken, overwhelmed by my own ability and being made arrogant with the sheer power I had, they feared that history would repeat itself. So they took precautions. The portraits, induced with echoes of magic from the people they pictured, they served as a form of restriction themselves. A body link, so to speak, to keep your powers in check and prevent them from becoming too mighty or overwhelming. And with the keepers and their portraits gone, so is the restrictive magic. You are free. Now you can access the full extent of your power. I had Sebastian destroy the portraits so you would be freed of any restrictions, be it the orders of the other keepers or the restriction on your power itself.